Hey Geekly, Kikai Wafra here, and today, pull up a stool and grab a drink because we've got a big one to unpack. We are talking about the inner workings of the biggest franchise in history, and honestly, it validates everything we've been suspecting for years. We're talking about Marvel, we're talking about Gwyneth Paltrow, and we're talking about the absolute chaos of making a blockbuster. So, here's the scoop. Pepper Potts herself, Gwyneth Paltrow, recently went on the Burning Questions podcast with Amy Poehler. Link is in the description if you want to verify. Now, Gwyneth is famous for barely remembering which Marvel movie she's actually in, but she dropped a pretty fascinating nugget of truth here. She was comparing her time working on the Ryan Murphy TV show, The Politician, versus her time on the Avengers sets. She basically said that doing TV was this incredible rush where you're banging out pages of dialogue totally in the zone. But then she looks back at Marvel and calls it, quote, inefficient. She talked about how on a Marvel set, you might spend half the day waiting around just to shoot 2 tiny scenes. It's slow, it's dragging, and it sucks the energy out of the room. Now, let's play devil's advocate for a second here. Let's look at this from the corporate House of Mouse perspective. Look, we all know these movies are massive. We are talking about projects with budgets north of $200 million. When you have that much money on the line and you're setting up complex stunts, green screens, and lighting rigs that cost more than my apartment, you don't rush, you take your time. You have to make sure every single frame is perfect because 1 billion global fans are going to pause it and analyze it frame by frame on Reddit. If Robert Downey Jr. needs to wait 3 hours while they adjust a light so the reflection on the Iron Man helmet looks cool, that's just the cost of doing business at the elite level. It's not inefficient, it's meticulous. It's the price of the spectacle we all pay $15 to see. But it's when I started really thinking about that word inefficient that I started to twitch. Because calling the MCU production line inefficient is the polite Hollywood PR way of saying we have no idea what we're doing until the cameras are rolling. And this is where we get to the total BS part of modern blockbusters. See, Gwyneth thinks it's inefficient because of the scale. I think it's inefficient because Marvel has created a culture where the script doesn't matter. We aren't just talking about long setup times for lights. We are talking about a studio system that is notorious for fixing it in post. The reason these actors are sitting in their trailers for 6 hours doing nothing isn't always because the lighting crew is slow. It's often because the producers and writers are literally rewriting the scene while the actors are waiting. That isn't high-quality control, Geekly. That is bad management. It's throwing money at a problem instead of solving it in the writer's room. When Gwyneth says it takes forever to shoot 2 lines, it exposes the bloat. It explains why we have movies costing $300 million that look like sludge. They are burning cash keeping cast and crew on standby because they didn't commit to a vision before day one. It's the ultimate hypocrisy. They tell us these movies cost so much because they are pushing the boundaries of cinema, but really, a huge chunk of that budget is just waste. It's paying A-list stars to nap because the studio can't decide if the villain should be a robot or an alien that day. And frankly, it's insulting to the VFX artists who have to crunch later to fix the mess, and it's insulting to the fans who are told that ticket prices have to go up to cover these production costs. Anyway, the article's in the description, go give it a read. So Geekly, you're the judge. Is Gwyneth just describing the necessary, slow-moving beast of high-budget filmmaking? Or does her comment prove that the MCU method is actually a bloated, money-burning mess that needs a serious reality check? Let me know what you think in the comments. Would you like me to find more details on the Politician production schedule to compare with Marvel's average shooting days? By the way, to unlock the full functionality of all apps, enable Gemini Apps Activity. And that is the full debrief on the Paltrow versus Marvel drama. If you dug the rant, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop your take in the comments. Does she have a point or is she just totally out of touch? If you want to support the channel, the Buy Me a Coffee link is right below. By the way, for the next video, should I display the Iron Man helmet or the Infinity Gauntlet in the background? Vote now. I will catch you on the next one. This was Kikai Wafra for News Geekly.